Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Bionic Buzz. I am Steve Severs here with my colleague Jackie Lewis, and I have the pleasure to interviewing amazing, talented actor, voice artist, comedian, impressionist. You hear his voice all the time in commercials, video games, and see him in movies even. Jim, how are you today?
Good, good. Nice to see you, Steve. Nice to
Uh,
see you, Jackie.
Hi, Jim. So we're here today, especially to talk about one of your most recent projects that you were in, which was Viral Vignettes.
Right.
Uh, and you played a character, there are 11 act vignettes, and you played a character and had a specific theme to the one you were in. So could you describe that to us a little bit?
Yeah, it was called Common Census, and it was written by Bill Bickley, I believe. And or was it? Was it Fred Stropel? I have to think about it now. Who wrote it? Maybe Fred Stropel wrote it. I don't know. I've interviewed so many people myself about this project. I forgot who wrote it. But yeah, it was a fun conversation about a woman who is doing a census call, trying to get information from a guy who it looks like he lives in a very cluttered trailer and has a very unique kind of, let's say, unsophisticated approach to answering a census, and not a lot of willingness to answer the census either. So uh, it was super fun to do. It was a super fun character, and it was early in the lockdown, so I had my lockdown beard and mustache and unkempt hair. I really looked the part, so it was super fun to do.
I have to say, you really looked the part. It was good. It was really well done. It was awesome.
Very
Thanks. And
cool.
Anson Williams directed it, who of course I know for many years. I've known Anson, I think, since he was a teenager and I was slightly younger. Fun to work with him over the phone as we did.
Very cool. Yeah, I was really impressed how it got put together. Everything just using your Zoom and everyone's like location in their own place. So all of them are going to be screening this Saturday and for another fundraiser for the Actors Fund. Saturday, May 8th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and you are going to be hosting it. How amazing that you're going to be getting everyone together with this group of actors.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's all a bunch of really talented actors that everybody knows. They're very familiar faces from screen, large screen and small, and they all gave of their time and talents. And I think it was, you can see that they're really invested in it because all of us were, kind of job deficient and very eager to be creative during that trying time, especially in, March, April, May of last year. So you can tell that everybody's really working it and having a lot of fun doing it. And the scripts are really clever and fun too. So uh, it's going to be a nice little marathon.
And many of the celebrities, they shared their experiences with the Actors Fund. I know Renee Taylor especially shared a very poignant experience. So what's your feeling of the Actors Fund, Jim?
Well, I'm kind of new to it because I've been kind of blissfully unaware of it. I've not had to, thank goodness, take advantage of the services that they offer. But I was very interested to find out that it's not just actors that are benefit from the Actors Fund, although that's what it's named. It's all sorts of people in the entertainment field and the performing arts, uh, on stage and off. So it's just people in our world that make the stories come alive, that need extra support from time to time, and that's what the fund is there for. And so that was very very inspiring to hear about. I didn't know about it.
Very cool. Jim, you got a lot of amazing projects coming up on your IMDb. But before we get into that, I want to get into one of my favorite voices you've done. And it's one I hear a couple times a week. I'm proud to say that my son, who's 4 year old, is obsessed with Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3 on Nintendo Switch. And you voice Ultron and Optimo in it. You also voice Ultron in Avengers Assembled animated series. Was a really long storyline, actually. Talk about how actually got picked for that voice and what you brought to the table, because it's awesome. You did an amazing job with Ultron.
Oh, thanks. Well, it's kind of funny. I sort of backed into it. Ultron, of course, is this soulless or very, let's just say, very insensitive, unempathetic robot super genius character who seems to have endless amounts of bad ideas concerning humanity and other organic creatures. So I was unaware of the character because I'm not a huge comic book reader, but I've come to know that he's pretty remorseless and pretty incorrigible. But I got the role because at the time for Marvel Avengers Assemble, the series from Disney, at the time the movie hadn't come out yet, but it was known that James Spader was going to play the role, and so they were looking for. It was an odd. I really pity casting because they were looking for a James Spader sounding like James Spader. What was he going to do? So it was very subjective. So I feel kind of fortunate that whatever I did agreed with what they thought. By going into the future, maybe it's a kind of a Christopher Nolan thing. They went into the future. They saw what James Spader was going to do. They saw that it agreed with my audition. And actually, now that I listen to it, I don't think it sounds like anything like James Spader at all.
No,
But
I thought you put your own kind of take to it. That's an interesting story about it,
at this point,
actually.
it's morphed into its own thing. Yeah, it's morphed into. It's just this kind of very unsympathetic, very intense kind of character. So I'm glad your son enjoys it.
Oh, I enjoy it too. It was really cool, and in the storyline they came up with in the cartoon series too. So, any upcoming projects you're allowed to talk about?
There we go. Well, I'm always directing people to my series, Impress Me, which is on Amazon Prime, and that's about impressionists and voice actors, and it stars myself and the very talented Ross Marquand and Dana De Lorenzo and Christina Bianco and Piotr Michael, all very talented impressionists. And it's a series that we did that started off as a web series and then it graduated on to be a TV series. Amazon Prime is called Impress Me. We had a lot of swell celebrity guests, and it's a really nicely put together series. And if you like impressions and voice acting, I think you'll get a big kick out of it.
Yeah, that's incredible. And also, where can we, I know you have this great social media, and right now you're doing some fun things on your social media. Do you want to tell us about that?
Sure. Well, ever since I had a viral hit with Shakespeare and Celebrity Voices back in 2011, oh my gosh, 10 years ago, and some other viral hits with a lot of the deep fake technology that's out there, combining that with my impressions. I've had a very steady, healthy presence on YouTube and Instagram as well. So if you go and look up Jimpressions on YouTube, you'll see an endless treasure trove of all kinds of material that's and content, as we call it, that's hopefully very entertaining and fun for you.
Yeah, I think that's great. And actually, even on your personal channels, you've been doing like little interviews and talk show type things with your daughter.
Yeah, that's right.
As well as with your wife, and it's a lot of subjects that are really interesting to us right now, I think, as well as a little information about acting and what's going on in the acting world.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a great believer in using these communication channels to help other people. I mean, that's I see a lot of that on YouTube. We're like teaching each other how to do things. We're saying, hey, I know how to do this, and this is how you do this. Anytime I need to tie a bow tie, I go right to YouTube because I don't have my old Uncle Gordon around to tell me things. And
same way.
So it's fun. And yeah, my daughter and I, we have a show where we, I think it's interesting for my daughter and I, Taylor, we have a really great friendship, and she's 30 now and I'm not. And so we talk about things pan-generationally, and she's got an interesting viewpoint on things, and I have my viewpoint. So we talk. I also talk to my wife. We have a marriage of 33 years. We try to spread what knowledge that we have, or advice, or tips, or just observations that we have to try to help people. And it's good for us. We enjoy doing it. It's very simple. And I've heard that people enjoy it. So it's fun to do. I also have a cartoon contest that I've been running for years. That's also on YouTube, where I draw a cartoon. I'm a former cartoonist, former and present. And, we get people to send in captions, and we award them a prize. And, it's just a way of keeping in touch, keeping that communication flowing. And it's wonderful. I enjoy it because I meet people from literally all over the world, and it's super fun.
I've always really enjoyed the fortune cookie.
Yes, the daily celebrity fortune cookie. We open up a fortune cookie, spin the wheel, get a celebrity, read the fortune out loud in the celebrity voice. Like Christopher Walken is a great one for fortunes, and George W. Bush too, because he's been very fortunated in his life. He's been to that China. So fun. So Jim, if you look up Jim Impressions on YouTube, you find way too much stuff to watch.
Yeah, and also, is your talk show stuff or the stuff with your daughter and your wife, is that also on Jim Impressions, or is that
Same
on
channel, same channel.
Same channel? Great. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jim, and we can hardly wait till, so it's May 8th,
Right.
this Saturday,
Right.
5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be tons of fun with lots of celebrities and lots of interesting little interviews, as well as the vignettes themselves.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. There's a lot of great content there, a lot of great value. It's fun, and it all benefits the Actors Fund, so it's a win-win.
Win-win. Yes. Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
You're
Hope
welcome.
to see you soon.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Steve. Nice talking to you.